Ever since the dawn of Mortal Kombat, developers have been using blood as a selling point for their games. Companies thought this as a sort of staple. More red equals more sales, right? Not surprisingly enough, the market was saturated with mediocre fighting games that offered little else aside from shock value. Now, blood isn't what makes a game good. I can think of dozens of quality best-selling games that don't have any exsanguination at all. I know it's obvious, but we're talking about the 90s, where the media industry was overwhelmed by products prioritizing gore and shock value. When you look at the amount of gore and violence in Time Slaughter, it's actually kind of funny. Nauseating, but funny. Time Slaughter's humor is bizarre, to say the least. From its strange cast, to bizarre fatalities, right down to the storyline, if you even call it that, Time Slaughter has definitely established itself as the fevered brainchild of a gaggle of hive-minded lunatics. Time Slaughter is also unique in the fact that it has one of the most mind-melting opening sequences I have ever seen. In order to appreciate the absolute insanity of it, you have to see it for yourself.
Yes, more guts to defile, the touch of the flesh, the taste of the bile.
Sloshing and slicing in the midst of disgust.
We spawn a new beast in the name of Bloodlust.
Ha ha ha, this here is a midget crossing. By law, you have to stop. Down with Bloodlust. I'm too short to die. Midget power.
Marvelous. Journal entry 3:35. The time portal generator is finished, but all is lost. These beasts, calling themselves the Dakar, have visited me, asking for the machine. I know not if they are alien or demon, but damn it, they will not have it. Fleshling, your machine is sacrilegious to the Rajkar. Surrender it to us. Never. You'll have to kill me first. Oh, so the little mortal wants to play our game? So let us start with drag. Drag? What the hell's a drag?
Drag.
And now the butcher and the surgeon will test your threshold for pain.
Ah, I plan on having such fun with your organs.
My blade yearns to cleave through his flesh.
This situation requires a precise incision with a specialized instrument.
Bastards! My eye! Got to reach the button. Send them back.
Oh, no. You won't be activating the time machine.
And so I am born, the son of time, and with every tick echoing in my head, retribution draws near.
So the voice acting is absolutely superb. And I'm not saying that in any sort of facetious or sarcastic way. First thing you notice about the title screen is that you have a choice between slaughter and options, which is probably the strangest choice I've ever been given in a game. You mean I have other options other than slaughtering people? Like what? Like talking our differences over a cup of tea in a rousing game of Stratego? Like, maybe there's like a non-violent way of dealing with this time problem. Damn. There goes my attempt for interhistory piece. Alright, I'll choose slaughter, I guess. Not really much of a choice there, Bloodlust. This is when the game's sense of sanity really goes down the tubes. I mean, just look at these character models. Alright, so the character models are completely quirky, to say the least. The cast includes a pit fighter with Tourette's, a sadomasochistic painter, and quite possibly the most sane character out of the bunch, a straight-jacketed psychopath with multiple personalities. At least he doesn't have any illusions about being a normal character here. There's just one thing that really bugs me about Majumbo. I mean, where have I seen him before? I know I've seen him somewhere before.
Round 1, fight!
We have this guy that sounds like a ripoff of Mortal Kombat's voiceover when we start the fight.
Slaughter.
Which actually sounds more like Dr. Claw than anything.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
So I'm left wondering if I'm like in some sort of like parallel universe involving Inspector Gadget going evil and destroying the time flux of the universe. Team Asinine thought that even though we did find all the top tiers in the game, that we would just mess around with the rest of the players. So here we have Lazarus, who is a really interesting character because he's like some sort of shipwrecked pirate, like sailor from Scotland. Well, there's one thing that the game can pride itself on, its strange and quirky sense of self-mockery. So we have a special move devoted to him throwing a broken bottle, which is actually pretty good, because it's 3 or 4 hits, knocks down, sometimes stuns, which, as I've pointed out earlier in this review, is absolutely essential to the game. So the greatest thing about Lazarus is that he's completely indecipherable. Hot goose? Hot goose. Harpoon? What exactly is he saying? I'm gonna go with a hot goose. So hot goose appears to be unsafe on block, and unsafe to the point where you can punish it with like a crouching mid kick or even like a sweep, which does a ridiculous amount of damage, by the way. My hat's off to Bloodlust Software, who decided that a basic sweep should take about, I don't know, about an eighth of your life bar. Yeah, that's wonderful. So there's really not much of a point to Hot Goose, aside from just like throwing it out like Soul's bouncing wall kick thing. I mean, it doesn't lead to anything. It doesn't really do any sort of like damage aside from like, well, it does a decent amount of damage for what it is, but still, it's slow. It's easy to see coming. You can get your ass handed to you. What's the point? Why would they bother putting in such a useless move? And it really just seems like all of Lazarus's moves are an afterthought. Like, why are you devoting an entire special command to summoning a broken bottle to hit them with it? And, well, let's be honest, most of his moves are crap. Lazarus is pretty low tier.